James Charles Rogers, born on September in 1897. Of course, he was a singer, songwriter, and musician. He rose to popularity in the late 1920s. So silent films were all the rage during the 1920s. So the highest grossing films during this period were Ben-Hur, again, all silent, and A Tale of Christ. There was also the 1925 American silent war drama film, The Big Parade. In 1926, we get the first release of a feature-length motion picture with soundtrack, Don Juan. The Jazz Singer was released in 1927. The first all-color, all-talking feature titled On With the Show was released in 1929. The 1920s is the decade in which fashion entered the modern era. It was the decade in which women first abandoned the more restricting fashions of the past years and began to wear more comfortable clothes like short skirts or trousers. Men also abandoned highly formal daily attire, and they even began to wear athletic clothing for the first time. It was the jazz age. Jazz-influenced dance music became widely popular throughout the 1920s. Handsome chap. Very, very cool portrait. So Rogers in this picture is second from the left, holding a banjo. All right. Very cool. 1929. 2 thumbs up. Publicity portrait featuring Jimmie Rogers dressed in his railroad man costume. Bow tie and all. The singing brakeman. Now that I know what a brakeman is. So he started working for the railroad as a water boy for the Black Gandy Dancer Crews, who introduced him to the railroad jargon, their work songs, and banjo playing. So the Gandy dancers, of course, being recent immigrants, African Americans, Mexican Americans. It's hard labor, it's tough work. And always, anytime there's hard labor and it's repetitive work, there's always some sort of, whether you're rowing a boat or whatever it is, there's some kind of rhythmic musical accompaniment to this kind of work. So he eventually became a baggage handler and ultimately a brakeman. He moved around a lot while working on the lines from Mississippi to Texas. In 1917, he was introduced by a friend to Stella Kelly in Durant, Mississippi. At the time, he was moving between Jackson and New Orleans without a stable location. He maintained the lines, checked baggage, and at times worked as a dishwasher at a local restaurant in Durant. Okay, future wife. He and Kelly married on April 6th, 1917. The newlyweds left Durant after his job as an apprentice mechanic failed to work out, probably because Jimmie wanted to change the name of the outfit. I'm imagining, we'd do a whole lot more business. First of all, if you let me yodel, and if you change this here outfit to, let's say, Jimmie Rogers Mechanic Shop, we're gonna bring him in, guys. Jimmie and his disagreements. And again, Jimmie was like, hey man, I'm out. I am not feeling you guys. Me and my wife are moving. We're moving on. So they get married in 1917. They moved to Louisville, Mississippi, where he again worked as a brakeman. He has lots of experience as a brakeman. So his marriage fell apart. Didn't work out. He moved to New Orleans and the Northeastern Railroad. He spent time both in Meridian and New Orleans. He was fired again from this job in 1920, and he worked odd jobs. Listen, I've been fired from jobs too.